The company was actually started, went into production of my first product, which was the Tru-Choke, in 1982. Had designed it in 1981, and had kind of, prior to that, I was a police officer with the city of Cairo and did gunsmithing on a part-time basis, and I made special gunsmithing tools, and a friend of mine got me interested in choke tubes, and just sort of backed into it from that standpoint. But in '82 we started production of the Tru-Choke, and then we added the screw-in chokes were growing in popularity, and the gun companies started adding that in, more and more gun companies, and today you can't hardly buy a gun without screw-in chokes. But as they designed, then we would copy it and do our best to improve it so that you got better performance. We offer a lifetime warranty on all of our products, and we offer a unconditional 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and that simply means that if we don't improve your performance, or you're not happy with the choke in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you can return it to us, and we'll either refund the money that you paid for it or exchange it for a different tube of comparable price. When I started making chokes, you could make them out of a medium grade of steel if you wanted to. Everything was lead shot. It didn't put a whole lot of stress on the tube, but as the years went by, the choice of material that we make them out of has had to get stronger and stronger and stronger to resist all the different new kinds of shot. You know, we had to swap over to steel shot for waterfowl quite a few years back now, and the steel that we use for chokes with lead just didn't work well when you put steel through them. And now we use a hardenable grade of stainless steel on most of our chokes that has a tensile strength of over 200,000 psi. With our OEM part numbers that we make for different gun companies and the part numbers that we make under the Trulock brand, we stock about 3,000 different part numbers. Flush, extended, ported, black oxide, bright stainless, special purpose chokes. We make chokes in 10 gauge, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, and 28 gauge. Don't do any, and 16 gauge. Don't do anything for 410 bore shotguns, and don't know that we ever will. But if you want a choke tube, regardless of what you want to do with it, odds are we've got it on the shelf. As we grew, we were shopping for a new location, and I love my home. I have no desire to leave, and we were able to find a location that allowed us to expand, and really there's no real advantage to moving out of Grady County for my business, simply because most of mine is conducted by shipping. It's not a large retail environment, so to speak. So we could actually be anywhere and be successful. Currently, we have 17 employees. We run 2 shifts a day, 5 days a week. Our business is from the OEM side. It can go through the roof tomorrow and then drop back 2 months from now. We try to match the number of employees to balance it out overall. Sure. This is a specialty turkey choke designed for the Winchester longbeard shot shell. We actually are licensed by Winchester to produce this and use their trademarks. But this particular choke, using the Winchester Longbeard shot shell, will put approximately half of the total payload of the shot shell in a 10-inch circle at 40 yards. It's one of the tightest chokes that money can buy. And now that you've seen that, we'll walk outside in the back in the shop and I'll show you how we make them. But we start with solid bar, and it gets loaded. This is a bar loader, and we cut the bar up into short lengths, and it gets loaded into the back of this, and then this takes a bar and pushes it into the machine. And that's what drops out. It drills it, it bores it, it turns it, it knurls it, and it threads it, and then it cuts it off. Then it moves it to a back spindle, and the back spindle bores the parallel. It's pretty much done for the most part when it comes off the primary machine. We go down to, we have some secondary ops, and they'll go on one of these 3 vertical machining centers. These, of course, are different parts, but they go in, see that rough edge right there, that burr. When they go into this machine, it cuts a chamfer, and then cuts the 4 wrench notches to where you put your wrench in to screw the toe in and out. Black oxided, they go across the street to where we black oxide them, which turns the OD of the finish, or the OD of the surface of the steel black. And then if we'll go up here, we laser mark them. I'll show you that. Just step around there and you can get a shot. These are parts that we make for Mossberg, and we put the PF2 full on these. This is one that we make for Remington Arms, and of course these are marked as per their specs. But you can put basically anything that you want on the. If you set it up in the computer, it'll do whatever you tell it to do as far as marking. He's head of our quality control. He's sampling parts to make sure that everything is in specification. When I first started, everything that I had was either manually controlled by the operator, or cam control with a cam that told the tool how far, how long, how deep to cut. And pretty much everything we've got now is computer controlled. So it's a difference between day and night as to the kind of operators that we use. Everything is much more mathematically oriented than it used to be. When I started, you set feeds and speeds by listening to the sound of the cutting tool in operation. And now all of that's out the window. You do it according to pretty much a mathematical formula. So it's a day and night difference between 1982 and 2015.